Welcome to your Chaarmi World's Metaverse Galaxy. Congratulations on embarking on this exciting journey. We're thrilled to have you join us in expanding the metaverse and the future of the 3D internet. Chaarmi Worlds is accessible via web browsers on PC, Mac, and in VR, using Oculus MetaQuest 2. Let's get started. Before you start, let's first download FileZilla. Visit filezilla-project.org and download the FileZilla client. This FTP software will be essential for accessing your metaverse server during the installation process. Now we need to create our server droplet via DigitalOcean. If you haven't set up an account as yet, head on over to try.digitalocean.com/free trial offer, and you may be eligible for a $200 server credit. Once you have set up a DigitalOcean account, head on over to digitalocean.com, then click on the Developers menu and then on Marketplace, and then in the search box, simply type in the word Metaverse. Alternatively, you can simply go to marketplace.digitalocean.com/apps/metaverse. Once there, simply click on the Create Metaverse Droplet button to get started. Now, select a region that is closest to you for optimal performance. Next, select the right image. Ensure that the image says Metaverse on Ubuntu. Now select a shared CPU basic droplet type, and then select a CPU option, either Premium Intel or Premium AMD, and select the 1 GB option, which will cost approximately $6 to $8 per month. After that, go down and choose the password authentication method and set a strong root password. Take note of this password as you will need it later in the installation. Finally, enter a tag name, for example, Metaverse for easy identification, and then click on the Create Droplet button and wait for it to load. Once loaded, simply select the new server and then get the IPv4 address by hovering over the IP address and clicking the Copy button. Keep note of this IP address as we will use this in the next steps ahead. If you don't have a domain name, simply purchase one by visiting GoDaddy.com or any other domain name provider. Domain names usually cost around $10 to $30 per year. In this training, we will be using GoDaddy to set things up as it's the easiest domain provider to use. However, you may choose another service provider as long as you know how to access the DNS records. After getting your domain at GoDaddy, simply log in, hit the My Account link at the top left and select the Domains link. From there, select your domain name and then click on the DNS tab. Now hit the Add New Record button and in the Type dropdown, choose A. In the name box, enter the word Metaverse and for value, enter the IP address you obtained from your new DigitalOcean server. Once done, hit the Save button and allow the new changes to propagate through the internet. Please note that it can take up to 24 hours for that to happen. However, GoDaddy is generally fast. At this point, while we are waiting for your DNS, we can head on over to FileZilla and set up FTP access to our new Chaarmi Metaverse server. In FileZilla, close off any pop-ups and then go to the File button and select Site Manager. From there, select New Site and give it a name. Choose SFTP in the Protocol dropdown and then enter your server's IP address in the Host section. For the user, enter the word root, and then for password, use the same password you used in the earlier step when you set up the server authentication method. Hit the OK button and now go back to the Site Manager. Select the site you just made and then hit the Connect button. If prompted about an unknown host key, click OK. If all goes well, you should be connected to the server. At this point, we need to check if our domain DNS has been propagated correctly. Let's head back to our DigitalOcean server and then select your server. Once there, select the console link at the top right. This should open a console view into the server for us to start writing commands into. Once loaded, simply type in the following command: ping metaverse.yourdomain.com, where yourdomain.com is your specific domain name. If this command does not work, then you still have to wait for the DNS propagation. If it does work, you will see some data coming in. To stop this process, simply hit the Control key and C key together on the keyboard, and this should stop the ping. We are now ready to start setting up our SSL. Simply type in cd space ... The space is important as this will allow us to go to the root folder. Once in the root folder, simply type in sudo.setup-ssl.sh and then hit the Enter key. When it asks you to enter your domain name, simply enter metaverse.yourdomain.com, where your domain is the domain you purchased. Follow along, and when it shows you the redirect message, simply enter the number 2 on your keyboard to allow redirection. At this point, your SSL is now ready to go. Simply open a new browser window and type in https://metaverse.yourdomain.com/install.php. You should now see the Chaarmi install page. Go ahead and enter a very strong password here and hit the Test Connection button. This password should be kept somewhere safe and never shared. All Chaarmi databases are encrypted with AES encryption, so even if someone tries to steal the data, unless they have this password, they cannot decrypt the data. Now we need to obtain a Photon Engine real-time license key by clicking on the Photon Engine link. Go ahead and create a new account on Photon Engine. From there, go to your dashboard and select the Create New App button. You can choose the application type as non-gaming app and make sure the Photon SDK is set as real-time. Enter an application name, like Metaverse, and then hit the Create button. Once created, copy the app ID, and then come back to the installation and continue to enter in the details, including the username you want for your Chaarmi Metaverse backend, as well as the password and your admin email. Click on the Finalization button and leave the window open and head on over to FileZilla. The next final sets of steps after this are very important. In FileZilla, make sure you are logged into your server and double-clicking the 2 dots to go up to the main directory. From here, go down and double-click on the var folder, then www, then HTML. You should now see a db.php file and an install.php file. Download the db.php file to your computer by clicking and dragging it to the left side. Next, click on and delete the db.php file and the install.php file from the server side. After this, double-click on the 2 dots folder at the top and then double-click on the db connect info folder. Click and drag in the db.php file to upload it to the server. At this point, we should now be ready to test our Metaverse Galaxy installation out. In a browser window, visit metaverse.yourdomain.com/my-admin. You should now see your Chaarmi backend login screen. Make sure to bookmark this page as it is how you will update your Chaarmi Metaverse Galaxy. Enter the admin username and password you had set up. When you enter the backend, click on the Plots tab above and then select the Genesis plot. If all went well, it should load up the Chaarmi Metaverse editor correctly. Now open another browser window and let's go to your front end by visiting metaverse.yourdomain.com. At this point, you should see your Chaarmi Metaverse Galaxy front-end screen. Go ahead and click the Enter as Guest button, and you should be able to log into the experience. Congratulations! Welcome to the Metaverse. We hope you enjoy your new Chaarmi Metaverse Galaxy.